So you know, Jessica, how there are like small gods. There's like the god of the hearth and
The hearth?
Hearth, yes. Hearth, whatever. There's a... I'm allowed to mispronounce things.
Yes,
you
yes,
mispronounce
you are.
names all the time.
I was just watching a video of Saoirse Ronan pronouncing other people's names because she was like, everybody mispronounces my name.
So this is just payback.
Yeah, this is payback of her trying to pronounce other people's names. And I was watching it specifically to make myself feel better because there are names today that, as per usual, I am not sure I am going to pronounce them correctly.
I'm sure you are going to get them all wrong because
Yeah.
we're going back to New Zealand today. So there's
Yes.
going to be some challenging ones in general.
But back to you.
Back to
Small
me.
gods,
Small gods.
big
Small gods.
gods.
So like there's a god of the hearth. There's a god. This is not my Midwest. It's a hearth.
It's a hearth.
Okay, fine, whatever. So
I'm
there's the
pretty
god.
sure.
I believe you. Whatever.
Okay,
So
this is also a word that I've read.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you've met my cousin Phoebe, right?
Boab.
Phoebe.
Oh.
In any event. So there's the god of the hearth.
Okay.
And like the god of the hunt and the god of wine. There's all these other small gods around for all these other little things.
Yeah.
You have a look on your
I
face.
think the god of the hunt is actually it's the goddess of the hunt. Isn't she?
fine.
She's big, like Athena. She's no small potatoes.
Sure. Okay. Fine. Ruin my... That's
Okay,
fine.
I'm
We are
sorry,
done.
I'm sorry.
We are done with the intro. Tell us what we're doing here because clearly my intro is just bad.
No, please go ahead. I'm so sorry.
Anyway, there are all these non-major gods, right?
Yes, okay.
So if you were to have non-major skills, what skill would you like to have? Would you like to be? Clearly, maybe this is like pronouncing everybody's name correctly.
Yes.
I think we've hit on it, even in asking the question poorly. Like you would like the ability to just know how to pronounce everybody's name correctly. Period. Full stop.
Yeah. That would be a small.
Yeah.
A small talent that you would put at the bottom of your resume.
Yes, the bottom of special skills.
Special skills.
I can pronounce everyone's name correctly.
Yeah.
I can roller skate flawlessly.
Yes.
Like, what are some other small skills that you would love to have for the bottom of your resume?
actually,
I should have led with that, not this small god of the hearth.
Oh my God.
That's almost as bad as sandwich for you. You have a visceral reaction to that.
It does make my skin crawl a little bit. Actually, so today I was actually surprised that I opened a jar with my left hand.
Ooh.
I am right-handed, but I messed up my shoulder and my right shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had to open a jar today. And we have one of those under-the-counter jar openers. And I was, well, I'll take it over to that thing. But I was, I'll just try. I'll just try with my left hand. And I popped it on the first try. I didn't have to...
Good job. Didn't call for me at all.
Yeah, I didn't have to use a knife or anything to pop the seal. That's a trick that I learned. Yeah, I guess another talent is I think to be able to drive fast, pretty good.
A race car driver kind of fast driving?
Yeah. I don't think I have those kinds of reflexes. I
Yeah.
don't think
Okay.
I'm good like that.
I gotcha. Those fast twitch kind of don't die kind of reflexes. Yeah. I think I would the ability to know when Google Maps is wrong.
Oh.
Right? Just be like, Google Maps says this is going to take you 1 hour and 10 minutes. Be like, no. Or it gives you the 3 routes and they're which one is actually the better one and will get you there. I think that would be a great skill to have.
Yeah. You do have a minor talent.
Yes.
You walk by computers and you make them work.
Sure.
It's not working. It's really being frustrating. I don't understand. It's never done this before. And you just come up to it and, oh, well, it was doing it. I swear to God, it was doing this thing. And you're like,
Whatever. Sure. Yeah.
And then you walk away.
Of course I believe you.
And it stays that way for like a day. And then the next day it's, is he?
Oh, he's
not
gone?
around?
He's gone? Okay. Oh my gosh. I can stop sucking in my computer gut. He's gone.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Woo. I let it relax a little bit. Okay.
Oh, Oh, I know.
Yes.
I know, actually. Okay, I take it back. Somebody else can have the fast car driving. Actually, some people would say that I already drive too quickly.
Those would be your parents.
Too difficult
Sure.
to follow me. No, I would like to be able to walk into the grocery store and know exactly what I need without having had to prepare.
Oh,
Like
you mean
no. That like I without having had like I without having had to make a list and go through all the cabinets in the refrigerator and anything
Wow.
that I would just know what we
Right.
need and what I need for a recipe without having to stand in an aisle and look it up and then go back to 4 aisles that I've already
Right.
been in. I already got the things.
so you want to highly optimize your grocery store time?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's what I'm saying. That's with your Google thing.
Yes. No, I totally get it.
What
That's
mine would be.
yeah.
well.
I would like to work on the commute, and you would like to work on the cooking, and oh my God, are we just so stereotypical? Well, this is what had me thinking about this was because there's all these cozy mysteries where people just kind of fall into solving crimes, and they suddenly have a knack for solving crimes. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not sure that I would like that because that just sounds like taking on a whole lot of PTSD when you really think about all your friends dying all around you. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure I want that. I think I'll stick on this side of guessing ahead of cozy mysteries.
Yeah, but then we wouldn't have a podcast because you'd be like, "Oh, it's this person."
No, that's what I'm saying.
And then we'd be done.
I don't want that talent, I guess is what I'm saying.
Oh.
I'm just saying because I was thinking about it. It's like I don't want to be involved in mysteries, and I'm happy with my guessing skills as they are. Although I do wish I would
okay.
win more every now and then. I guess at this point we should also say you're listening to Cluedunnit.
Yes, welcome to Cluedunnit, where we make wild guesses about fake TV crimes.
Without any clues, context, or apparently accuracy.
Yes.
I'm Jacob.
And I'm Jessica.
And this week we're going to be looking at
My Life is Murder,
Yay!
Series 5, Episode 3, For the Love of Dog. This episode had an 8.0 rating, which is really high.
Yes.
Actually, I think the episode before it had an 8.2 or 8.3 rating, but I decided I wanted to do this one because I was choosing between this one and the one right after it, which also had a very high rating. But the dog, I mean, come on, it's a dog episode.
It's a dog episode.
This
And
is gonna be
we know
big.
she has a cat. So how is she going to get along with this
Yes.
dog?
Yeah, right? Oh, yes.
See?
Is the cat gonna... Okay, so we have done a My Life is Murder episode
Yes.
before. This is another show that we are revisiting. And previously, we covered Series 2, Episode 4, which was called it's called Look, Don't Touch. And in that one, Alexa is confronted by her own history when she investigates the death of a museum curator. And I just wanted to say that's so cool because we went to that museum.
We went to that museum. We absolutely did. We will share pictures on Instagram. We went. It was actually one of the things we absolutely wanted to do when we went to New Zealand. We were like,
Yeah.
okay, what My Life is Murder locations can we get to?
Yeah.
And so we did. So there's pictures mostly of Jessica, a couple of me, but mostly of Jessica in front of the War Museum in
the
Auckland.
Auckland War Memorial Museum.
Yes.
In Auckland, New Zealand. It was so cool. And I love how on this show they put the title credits.
Right,
or
like
not the
3D.
credits,
It's kind of
but
like Will Trent. The title of the
Yeah.
episode, they put it like 3D in the environment.
Yeah.
Like, and that
Yeah.
one, they had like the title around this grassy bank in
Yeah.
front of the museum as well. So
Which I was like, why are we here? I don't really remember this. And then you walked me out to the front and I was like, oh, I totally remember this.
it's all about the angles.
Yeah. And we were there. That was the other thing. It was a little...
We were there right at the very beginning of spring, so it was gray
It
and
was
rainy.
very gray and rainy and cold.
Yes.
And whereas that picture, when they were filming
Height of
that, it
summer.
was so hot.
Yeah.
And Lucy Lawless in every episode was eating ice cream, which I'm sure it just happens normally in this show. But
I mean, who doesn't eat ice cream all the time?
and
Why shouldn't they?
especially in New Zealand,
Yeah.
where you have great dairy.
Right.
But anyway, this episode.
Before we get into this episode, do you have a log line for the series? Just to remind people what this series is.
Well, so this is My Life is Murder, follows the adventures of fearless private investigator Alexa Crow. Sorry, I'll say it again. Alexa Crow.
Once again with the pronunciations. It applies to fake people too.
Yeah. Who she solves the most baffling crimes, as well as coping with the frustrations of everyday life.
Yes.
So this is, as I said, episode 3, For the Love of Dog. A custody battle over a cherished dog has ended in murder.
Oh, no.
Alexa's investigation is complicated by the antics of her brother, Will Crow, who is tempted to return to his conman past.
Oh,
which
Will.
This actually continues, as I recall,
yeah.
into the next episodes, into the 2-part finale.
Yeah.
But we're doing it because this month on Acorn, they are on
The
Mondays.
season is premiering, yeah.
They're premiering it
In the States.
in the States. That's right. So you can watch it right now in February. This is February.
Watch along with us. Guess along with us.
Yeah,
Tell us how you do.
Exactly. So as we mentioned, main character Alexa Crow is played by Lucy Lawless, who is very famous for Xena Warrior Princess.
I think you have that backwards. I think she's actually Xena playing Lucy Lawless.
Really?
She's
That's
immortal.
What you
Yeah,
think?
Xena is immortal. She's playing Lucy Lawless in our era, and that's just that's how that goes.
Okay. Update from the last time we talked about her. She is a director, and she as well, and at least she has directed on a new show called Blue Murder Motel, which is premiering this month in New Zealand.
Oh, okay,
and
great.
there is a guest star in this episode that we're watching today that is going to be on that show.
Great.
And also, the director of this episode that we're watching today also directs on the Blue Murder Motel.
Work with your friends. Work with people you trust.
Exactly. Then, of course, we would be remiss if we didn't mention Ebony Vagulens, who plays Madison Feliciano, who does a lot of the background tech work.
Yeah, she's the behind-the-scenes tech. Yes, I guess Watson would be. I mean, it's kind of weird. It's more than Watson. I think it's a little bit of just like she's like the computer hacker.
Yeah, and then Rairi Roby or Hobie or Joby. Not sure. Sorry. He plays Harry Hengray. He is the detective that gives Alexa a lot of her gigs.
Right, a lot of the cases kind of passes them to her.
And then Joseph Nefahu, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, plays Reuben Wolf, and he owns the cafe, which we did not make it to.
We did not make it to. We didn't have enough time
I was so bummed.
Yes.
Because I didn't really want to stop.
We saw where it was.
Yes,
we saw
did.
where it was. We were like, "Oh, there it is!" But
like
from the top of from the top of was it Sky Tower?
Yeah. Sky Zone, Sky Tower, Sky Tower.
Sky Tower, I think is what it is. But yes, we were like, "Oh, yep, that's where that is." We are not going to be able to get there today.
Yeah. Then we have a bunch of guest stars.
All right, hit me with the guest stars.
As mentioned, Will Crow, or Alexa's brother, former quote unquote con man, is played by Martin Henderson, and he is a New Zealand actor. He was on House, the U.S. House.
Yeah, I was going to say that name sounds familiar. Like I wonder if we've run into him before. What else has he done?
He was also on Mr. and Mrs. Smith, the 2007 TV show. He was in the film Smoking Aces. He played, I think we have seen him somehow, Bride and Prejudice, the Bollywood musical.
Oh, yeah.
He played William Darcy in that. He played Britney Spears' boyfriend, uncredited, in the video Toxic. He was on Shortland Street, which is one of their continuing dramas in New Zealand. He was on there for 562 episodes.
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah. Okay, so then we have another guest star, and this is just her one episode.
Okay,
so she might be one of the dog owners. Keisha Castle Hughes plays a character named Bailey in this episode, and she is probably best known right now on television for being on the American show FBI, and then also FBI Most Wanted. But you and I will recognize her maybe a little bit from being on Game of Thrones as Obara Sands. She was the eldest child of Prince Oberyn Martell.
Oh,
she
yeah,
was
she was one of the Sand Sisters, the three who
formidable warriors,
formidable warrior ladies. Yeah.
But her first breakout role was notably in Whale Rider, which she was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Actress, making her, she was 13 or 14 at
Something
the time.
like, yeah. I remember that.
Maybe 16 by the time the movie came out, but she was the second youngest nominee in the category, and she was the third Indigenous actress to be nominated for an Oscar. And then after that, she was also in a sort of biblical film called The Nativity Story, and she played Mary, which she got like New York Times write-up.
Oh, wow, okay.
People watching her in that. And she was also in The Legend of the Seeker. And she was also in Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. She played Queen of Naboo.
Right. Whoever replaced Natalie Portman, the new Queen of Naboo.
Yeah. So that was her.
Good job.
Like, what a career she has had.
Girl's got skills.
Yeah.
Woman, lady.
Yeah. And then the other notable guest star in this episode, I mean, there are lots of notable guests. I just mean highly rated, star meter, I guess is Johnny Barker, who plays a character named Kirk. And he's best known for writing and directing on a show called Cura, a New Zealand comedy TV show. It has 3 seasons, and it's about leaving a small town. He also did Shortland Street, of course, the continuing drama. He's also done Brokenwood Mysteries, Power Rangers, Hercules. He was in a film called Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off, which I kind of want to see now, and a show called Funny Girls, which is a...
Oh, you've talked about this before.
Rose Matafeo leads a cast of New Zealand's finest comedy talent in this female-driven sketch comedy show, which stars Nick Sampson.
Yes. That is why we've talked about this before. Yeah. That's fantastic.
Yeah, and Johnny Barker, the actor, is also on Blue Murder Motel. But which is the show that...
next one that Lucy Lawless directed.
Yeah. He was an actor. He did not
Which, by the way, for being immortal, she's done a really good job of adapting to all like the technological pace. I mean, if you think about it, it must have been really easy to be immortal for most of human history. For most of human history, everything stayed the same. Yeah,
and people died, and it's not like they're
not gonna remember you, but like
come back
there's
in
some paper.
50 to 80 years, nobody knows you.
Nobody knows you, and they're still farming the same way. They're still trading the same way. But you just think about like the last 100 years, so much has changed. They're just oh my gosh, all the new things they've had to learn.
Yeah.
So I mean, the immortals have it rough.
Technology.
Yeah.
Dang. I mean, it's hard enough for us, and we're not immortal.
And we're not immortal. So I can only imagine. So I just want to say again, good job, Lucy Lawless, Xena, with being immortal.
Yeah,
like you're carrying it off. Good job.
The director of this episode, as I mentioned, is Joshua Frizzell. And he also is directing on A Remarkable Place to Die, which is a fun show that I've also watched, and I think we might do it on this show. I think it might be a series though. I can't remember. I watched it a while ago. He also is directed on Brokenwood Mysteries and just a bunch of other fun shows. The writer of this episode.
Yes, please. So
excited. Her name is Amanda Allison, and she's done a ton of shows and TV shows. She writes on TV shows. She's a self-described television nerd, and she is a comedian. She started writing trailers for TV shows so that she could get paid to watch TV, she says. And later on, she wrote for a youth show in the 90s called Ice TV. And then she went on to create the award-nominated comedies Mean Mums and Lucy Lewis Can't Lose. And she's also written a bunch of different genres. She writes for a panel show called 7 Days and a horror comedy. This is what really, I was like, oh my gosh, I know Amanda Allison's work. She writes for Wellington Paranormal, which is about 2 cops.
Yes.
It's sort of What We Do in the Shadows, but
it's kind of in the What We Do in the Shadows universe. It's just the cops dealing with all the weird things going on. It's Reno 911 meets What We Do in the Shadows.
Yes. It's so great. It's so lovely. I adore that show. It's so cute. And she also writes for a kids show called The Mo Show. And I just think this also shows that she has a really great sense of humor. And so I can't wait for what happens in this episode. I just As we really have this season going right now where we have some weird stuff happening. That Midsummer episode we watched was so surreal. Yeah. So, I mean, maybe it'll just be your normal cozy, which is fine. I will be happy watching that. But
maybe there's a little zombie riff happening in here.
Or I don't know, just any kind of silly riff.
Right.
She clearly has a sense of humor.
Yes. I mean, again, I know there's a dog pun, for the love of dog,
yes,
on this.
Is the name.
Yeah. So something's coming.
Yeah.
Something's coming.
Yeah, we can look forward to that. Yes. So you ready?
I am. Let's look forward to it and let's go do it right now.
Okay.
Jessica, is there a more joyful sight than a dog on the beach?
Oh my gosh. There were so many great shots. So many dogs.
They started this episode with like lots of different shots of dogs like cavorting and gambling and leaping and running and chasing things and catching things on the beach. And it was just like, oh my God, look at all the joy.
Big dogs, small dogs.
Big dogs, small
dogs.
So many dogs catching frisbees, running in the surf. It was great. So many dogs.
Yes.
Warmed my heart.
Yes. And there was even a dog sitting there with Alexa.
Yes. So at the end of that all, when we come in, like there's this big dog. I don't know what kind of dog that was. It almost is like a lab, but it was like a kind of rusty red lab kind of big sized dog.
A big pit face, or not a pit bull.
No, I don't think it had a pit bull face. Maybe a bit of I don't know. But in any event, it was
big terrier. I don't know.
I don't know. We don't know our dogs.
Yeah.
Is what it comes down to. We're not kennel keepers.
No.
Sorry. But yeah, they hit us with the dogs right away on this episode. What's interesting about this, what I noticed in this, like, I don't think I've ever, like, this, I don't think I'd clocked this before, is that because the setup of this show is that, like, the police detective brings her some cases and everything on this, is that, like, there's not a lot of action in the cold open. Do you know what I mean? Like, we just did high potential and there was all these things happening in the cold open before the detective comes right in. But this cold open is just, I mean, don't get me wrong. There was a lot of action. It was just a lot of dog action. But like, it's not like she was, you know what I mean? Like, she wasn't running down the street chasing after people and like beating them up or catching them. We didn't see a death we didn't see a death or a murder or a crime or anything like that. Like, we were just told about it. So it was just.
We did see a flashback.
We did see a flashback
of the death of the woman falling backwards on the stairs.
Right. So the woman who's dead, as we know, well, we didn't know this from the preview, but there is a woman named Coral who is dead, and she's a multimillionaire. She made an eco-friendly floor polish.
Yes.
And she was found dead at her home, neck broken, which is consistent with a large fall, as she was found at the bottom of the stairs. And that's where we saw the flashback. And it wasn't really a flashback because none of us saw it. It was just like a kind of like insert of, this is what the police detective was assuming happened, that she either fell or was pushed. And she was wearing a very vibrant robe. It was a very lovely robe, and she was wearing lots of colors and high heels too. Alexa even makes a joke about that. She's like, she really was a victim of fashion.
Yes.
The one-liners and the jokes coming out of her mouth during this opening sequence, they were fast and furious.
Yeah.
Because she was like, what? Who killed her? A Labradoodle with a grudge? Like, anyways, so she's found dead. The husband is a suspect. Because
he supposedly was out jogging.
Flimsy alibi. Ex-husband, Doug. The ex-husband's name is Doug.
Yes. And we saw in the statement that he wrote, because we paused that.
We did. The police detective gave a written statement, and this was his written statement.
That he thinks that he got a place that is not, since they separated. He just says they're separated.
Yes.
But it does say ex-husband at the top of his description, like how he is a suspect, or the interview person. I forgot to see the actual headline that went with that, or the title of that like field that was filled in.
All right.
But it does say that he wasn't able to have the dog at his house, his new place where he stays, because it's not appropriate. But he really wished he did, because he feels that he is top dog.
Yes, the dog really sees him as top dog. Yes.
Yeah, that he is the alpha.
Yes.
which is hilarious. Like, well, why didn't you get a house that could have a dog then?
Right.
But he is a failed entrepreneur.
He's
apparently.
failed.
And he was out
struggling entrepreneur.
So he has no alibi.
So, yeah, well, I mean, flimsy alibi. So yeah, so the detective thinks it's the ex-husband. Do we think it was the ex-husband? Who you got, Heard? Because that was basically all we learned.
Yeah.
I do want to say one thing, because this is going to be important to my guess, which is they do show a picture of the dog that they're fighting over.
Yes.
That is in the custody battle.
And we do see a little insert of the dog
Right.
the dog was dropped off anonymously at a shelter.
The dog was so the neighbor heard Carol calling for the dog at 8 p.m. Time of death was around 8:30. When the body was discovered the next morning, the dog was missing. So
and the gate was closed, and there was
Right.
no way apparently with this house that the dog could have gotten over the gate.
Right. So, like, again, another joke that Alexa goes is like, oh, yes, a killer who loves dogs, because the dog was turned into a pound the next morning.
A shelter.
A shelter. So,
And the shelter worker really has a like,
What?
oh no.
oh no, a dog
And
outside.
look at this pretty dog. And the dog's just sitting there like, hey, hi.
It's such retriever energy.
Yeah.
Such
You gonna
retriever
let me
energy.
in?
You gonna let me
Hi.
in? This looks like it's fun in there. There's cars out here, and I don't like chasing them. But they show a picture of the dog at one point, and the dog is wearing those cute little booties that you put on dogs' feet if like the ground is too hot in the summertime.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Or it's too cold in the wintertime. Like
Yeah.
they're wearing foot booties. That's important. You know what? I'm just going to go with my guess. Go
Okay,
with my guess
go
because
in.
we're right here. Here's my guess. My guess is that it wasn't the ex-husband. I may be leaning too much on our recent Elsbeth episode, but I'm going whistleblower. So Carol developed this eco-friendly floor polish, but I bet a whistleblower discovered that it was actually super duper toxic, which is why the dog has the booties, because the dog, like, she knew it was super duper toxic. So she had the dog at home and she wouldn't let the dog
Oh my
walk around
gosh.
in bare feet on the floors because it's super duper toxic and she didn't want to harm the dog. So the whistleblower confronted her with this. They got into a fight. The whistleblower didn't mean to push her down the stairs. Maybe she didn't even mean to push anybody. Maybe she just slipped on her polished, waxed floors and fell to her death. But the whistleblower was like, oh my God, I'm about to be pinned with murder. So
Yes.
she left, but she was also like, because the whistleblower is conscientious, the whistleblower was like, I can't leave this dog here. Who knows when she's going to be found? So come on, I'll take the dog with me and I'll drop it off. And that way the dog is safe and taken care of. And I don't have to be here and get pinned on with the murder. But I
Yes.
think it's an employee who discovered that this wasn't actually safe.
Oh, I like that. An employee at her
eco-conscious.
floor. Okay, floor polish company.
That's what I got. Okay, Heard.
All right.
Top that.
Well, okay. My thing is the neighbor. I think
Just the neighbor.
the
neighbor.
Guess
The neighbor was
is-
sick of this argument and the dog barking.
Well, no, I don't think. I think the neighbor really likes the dog.
Oh,
I think that the
of
neighbor
course.
really likes the dog. And I didn't think that maybe the dog was being poisoned by, like, I like your guess. But I was thinking more like the dog was allergic to whatever is in the.
Oh, yeah.
And so they were licking, the dog is licking its paw. Francis is the name of the dog.
Right, Francis.
Francis is licking its paws all the time because of whatever is in the cleaner. And then the husband thinks that he's good with dogs, that he's the top dog, but the neighbor is just rolling her eyes all the time because she's like, neither of these people know how to take care of a dog.
Oh, okay.
And
Interesting.
She shouts at the dog, and it's so annoying because a lot of people say that, like, dog whisperers are all like, you shouldn't ever have to yell at a dog. Like, you can, I've been watching a lot of sheep herding videos.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have. There's this guy named Sean the sheep herder, and he has like 4 sheep herding dogs, and he walks you through the different commands that he uses for the dogs, and then he takes the dogs out and he shows you, and he's teaching this one dog who's like a young puppy, and
I'm
like
making
how
popcorn
to
over
be
here.
Anyway,
I have to describe her face right now for everybody who's listening. She has the biggest grin on her face right now. Like, just like her whole face just lights up because it's sheep and dogs. She's just like, this is the best.
Cute. The dogs are like running over these gigantic fields, and then, he's shouting, "Light out," or "Come by," or these are terms.
Yeah, apparently.
Away. And he's Scottish, so he also has this.
Oh my God. Okay, what she hasn't told me is that she's leaving me at the end of this episode to like go to Scotland and find this sheep herder.
Every video, he is so cold all the time. He's like, "Well, it's cold. It's cold again. So very cold today. Windy, very windy,
very
and
windy.
Cold
very
today."
happy I will be collecting these sheep, the wool from these sheep.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very sweet. But the thing is that, so he's shouting at his dog, but that's because they're like far away in the field. He's not shouting at them like as so much as he's like
shouting to be heard.
Yeah.
So that they can hear him.
He's saying commands and at a volume that they can hear. So that's what I think, is that this neighbor is like...
Is a sheep herder.
No, I just think that they have dogs and they know how to treat them and how to talk to them, and is just getting so annoyed with how this beautiful, lovely dog is... Come on, if that guy really, the husband, the ex-husband, really thought he was a top dog in the alpha, wouldn't he have gotten a place where he could have the dog? Where he could actually share custody?
You make a good point.
Of the dog?
Good point. Yes.
So that's why I think...
Yeah, you wouldn't just want to be near the dog. You'd want to be sure that the dog could stay with you. Yeah.
Yeah, if you really wanted to share the dog.
Yeah.
So I also think that the person did not maliciously like plan to push her down the stairs. I think
this
that
was no one with a grudge.
Yeah. And maybe even she tripped over the dog.
Oh.
Falling down the stairs.
Oh, so maybe it was a dog empath. It was like a dog trainer who was there to like help her learn how to be top dog, and it was a dog empath, and the person was like, okay, well, we need to take this dog away from this horrible scene, and the dog needs to process this. So I'm just gonna do like a strong overnight session to help the dog process this and get over it, and then drop it off.
Oh.
Because the dog
until the next day.
Right. Yeah. The dog didn't mean to like run into her and trip her and cause her to fall. So the dog is feeling guilty.
You're adding into my idea, but I do like it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Great. My pleasure. My pleasure. So yeah. So basically, yeah, we have a dog, not psychic, but an empath. We're just like, okay, this dog needs to like process his grief, and we need to absolve him of his crime. So maybe he took him to like a little doggy priest. And the doggy priest absolved him, and then they dropped him off at the shelter.
St. Francis of Assisi.
Yeah, exactly. They went. They like made a little offering to St. Francis of Assisi, and they just like, you should. Or maybe they went and played on the beach, and they're just like, like dog, like bring something that reminds you of Coral, and you could like really be like, just put that into the beach and let that go, and like absolve yourself of all the guilt on this.
Definitely. Do not go back to the dog cannot go back to the ex-husband. Don't go. And so that's why the shelter, because it was like, maybe this dog will just find a new home. Or maybe I can come back and get the dog.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I know where it is.
Right. I know where it is. And like this dog is just in this abusive environment. And they're just
but really unfortunately, the dog is back with Doug.
Yeah.
Francis is with Doug.
Yeah.
F&D. Yeah, I'm interested to see what happens.
Maybe the dog really likes incense. Like maybe the dog is now really like exploring. The dog has either gone like full like conservative Catholic with lots of incense, or like full like Dharma bum hippie. Full Dharma bum hippy dippy, like lighting incense all the time, and the dog's like, I'm just trying to center my chakras. It's been a hard week right now. Really into my yoga. I mean, I've got downward dog pretty good, but I'm really working on some other asanas. Warrior 2 was really hard.
Yes.
Okay, so that's your guess, the neighbor.
Yes.
Okay. Before we go back and find out if we're right, I also want to make some other guesses.
Yeah.
What do we think the name of Coral's Coral's detergent is, or her floor polish, her eco-friendly floor polish? I couldn't come up with a whole lot of names, but I was like, I came up with some good like slogans for her. So I've got like, our soap is green and your floors will be clean.
Oh.
Right? Yeah.
Oh.
Like the chartreuse is loose.
Oh.
Like for green there. And then this one relies on me doing a very bad New Zealand accent.
Okay.
So you're just like, live with me on this one. Just give me a little bit of grace. Go echo on your deco.
Oh.
Right. So, or okay, this is it. I came up with a name for it called Coral's Protector. The name of the wax is called Coral's Protector. Bleach your floors, not the ocean.
Oh, nice.
Thank you.
I wonder if we're going to find out that deco, it means something else.
Oh,
like
yeah.
fanny pack means something else.
Nope, that is not a fanny pack in England.
Deck is not a floor.
Our polish will floor you.
Oh, yeah, no? You're really good at these commercial jingles.
No, this is why I don't write ad copy.
My name, I guess, would be Kiwi Clean.
Kiwi Clean? Oh, okay. Sure.
Or Coral's Cleaner.
Coral's Cleaner. Yeah, really leading into the alliteration there. Yeah.
Or Coral's Kiwi Cleaner. I kind of stayed in the same area. Kia ora clean.
Kia ora clean. Sure, yeah. Carol's Kia ora clean. Yeah, they're just, the alliteration is just where you're really hitting home.
I mean, the K sound is really what's
right.
It works. It sounds good.
Yeah.
Eco cleaner, you could just say that too, but I think this episode's gonna show us something more.
Yeah. I agree. I think we're actually so let's go get some more.
Let's hear it.
Jessica, have you ever heard of the phrase fighting the last war?
Maybe, but I haven't really thought too hard about it.
It's not so much to think about. It's literally that you're fighting the last war. So like if you're dating somebody and you're treating them exactly like you treated your ex-girlfriend, you're fighting the last war. Do you know what I mean? Where it's just
the war before.
The war before. Yeah, you're fighting. Yes, not last as in final war, as in the previous war. So fighting the previous war. So every new situation is a new situation regarding fresh eyes, and you have to treat it as the situation that it is, as the mystery that it is, and not the mystery that you did 3 episodes ago.
Not the mystery that was.
That is exactly correct. Because I was fighting the last war. I was like,
you were?
There's a whistleblower, and the chemicals on the floor are toxic, and so she killed the whistleblower. Jacob, no. That was an Elsbeth episode that you were watched. That was what happened there.
Elsbeth episode?
Yes, Elsbeth. Oh my goodness. So of course I was wrong.
Yes.
Unfortunately, Jessica was wrong too.
I was wrong too. The neighbor never showed in
we never saw the neighbor.
We got a whole scene with the pet shelter worker, though.
We did. Oh, she was so good.
Spot on. I love her.
It was great. Yeah,
what a great scene.
She didn't want to give any information. No information. She's like, I'm not going to tell you nothing without a warrant. I don't have to tell you anything.
Yeah.
And then Mads...
It's like it's a HIPAA law. All this dog information is sacred and special. Yes. And
what happens is Mads is like, well, a dog may be in danger, so we need to know who this person is. And the woman at the shelter is just like, why didn't you say that first?
Yeah.
And hands Mads the cutest little puppy. So like Mads is suddenly like holding this cute little puppy. And I would like this puppy, yes. And then looks up the information in which we learned that the ex did drop the dog off at the shelter but he had gone there, talked to Coral, got the dog, and then learned that Coral was dead. And he was just like, oh my gosh, it can't be known that I was there to steal the dog, or people will think that I did it. Yeah. So that's why he dropped it off. He didn't do it.
Yeah. So. Okay, we don't need to get to Christie so fast, but this was kind of twisty. There were a lot of people.
I agree. There were a lot of. I think there were a lot of people that came up. So let's go. We don't have to get to Christie's, but let's talk about all the different people that were there. Because there was Doug,
the ex-husband,
which, by the way, once again, Doug as a dog owner, just chef's kiss. Then there was the dog sitter who Coral had hired to watch the dog,
played by Keisha Castle Hughes.
And she was Bianca.
Bailey.
Bailey, thank you. Yes, me and names, Bailey. So there was a dog sitter who was immediately like, oh my gosh, the dog was in danger. But she was pretending to be Coral. As she was dog sitting at the house, she was trying to pass off the house as her own and used Coral's account.
I have to say, she used Coral's dating account.
Right,
which
for
is
millionaires.
For millionaires, super high end. And so she could get some free steak dinners.
Right.
But she was also taking pictures of herself at the house.
Right, as if it were her own.
And so her social media was looking super fly. And she was just lining up houses to house sit and dog sit at that were just all these amazing houses, which I was like, I have to admit, we did a social media episode a couple, I don't know. It feels like it wasn't that long ago, but every show has got one now. It feels like every season has got something with social media. But the thing is that you can't get away from it. Like everybody is taking selfies, and that this is always going to be a clue.
People are putting out so much information on social
where
media.
You get a sense of people's personalities. It's like you go straight to their socials, and then you're like, And you're like, does that make them more suspect or not?
Right, yes. Because it could clear some people. It does not clear Bailey. So Bailey has been pretending to be Coral and meeting up with rich men as Coral, including one named Kirk.
Yeah.
So Kirk becomes a suspect.
Because Bailey found out that Kirk was actually married.
Right.
And she was going to go to his wife,
Naomi,
who was a very famous divorce lawyer.
Right. Best divorce lawyer in Auckland.
And spill the beans and get him in trouble. And he was also employed by her dad. So he would not only lose his payday, he would lose his wife.
Yeah. He would be screwed.
Other way around.
On the other hand, he would still have his amazing head of hair.
Yes.
Oh, my Lord.
Yes, he really did have a nice head of hair. First off, walked in the door.
Yeah,
I was like, oh my.
Yeah. Full head of gray hair. Like, silver foxes, somehow they keep it close. He had a bouffant, practically. He had luscious silver hair.
Bouffant seems a little extreme.
Okay, fine. Maybe not a bouffant.
But
pompadour. Yes. Maybe practically a pompadour. He didn't wax. Okay, fine. Whatever. He had a lot of hair and it looked good.
It did.
So he was a suspect for a while because maybe he killed Coral because he was.
He left threatening texts.
He left threatening texts because he thought he was confusing Coral and Bailey.
But the whole time, Bailey was just leaking information.
Right.
Every single time they'd find out more about her, go back and ask a question. She's like, "Oh, I forgot to tell you. He threatened me. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you he threatened me because I wanted $20,000 out of him.
Yes.
Oh, I forgot to tell you that he did this or they did this because of. I forgot to tell you that It was just adding up.
Yeah, it was totally adding up.
But she looked stupid too, and they were like, "Is she super dumb or is she leading us on?"
I can't tell if she's really smart or really dumb. Yeah. Alexa had so many good one-liners in this episode. She was channeling Philip Marlowe this whole time. Sam Spade just wisecracking gumshoe this whole episode.
Yeah.
So
great job, writer. Real quick, what was her name again? Amanda Allison.
Great job,
Amanda Allison.
So then, of course, Kirk has his wife who finds out that he's cheating on her. So maybe it's Naomi who wants to kill Coral, because she thinks that Kirk has been cheating on her with Coral, and she is mean. She has a mean streak. She takes a knife to all of Kirk's clothes and lights up a bonfire with them. And her alibi is that she was at a place called Cheryl's Gym, and she's at this place called Shirley's Gym. And it's really sus because Shirley's Gym doesn't exist. So Alexa confronts her on this, and Naomi's like, "Oh no, my friend, let me take you to Shirley's Gym." And it's a racket room. It's one of those rooms where you suit up in protective gear and they give you a baseball bat or a sledgehammer or something, and you just wail on stuff and destroy it in this room.
On plates and vases.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Naomi is tough as nails.
Yeah.
And she's a ball buster. I'm sorry for the term. She's just a tough, no nonsense, I am going to grind you into powder kind of divorce lawyer, which is exactly what you want in a divorce lawyer.
Yeah.
But obviously she's got a lot of energy she needs to dissipate. So every Wednesday night.
Is her name Naomi or Sloane?
Oh, I thought it was Naomi.
Oh, I think it's Sloan.
My notes say Naomi. Maybe her name is Naomi Sloan?
I have Sloan, the wife lawyer with rich daddy. Not nice to say of a lady who is so accomplished, but
Rich, yeah. Well, let's look it up. Let's see what her character name is.
It's Sloan. And IMDb.
Then why did I have it down as Naomi?
I don't know.
Literally in my notes it says Naomi. I'm sorry. I'm calling it. I'm throwing the flag. I'm calling in for a review. I'm going to look this up myself because I literally wrote down Naomi. Why would I have written down Naomi?
Maybe Sloan is her last name.
Okay, so in IMDb Pro, it does say Sloan, but
I'm looking at it.
I know you. I'm sorry. It's still under further review.
Oh, okay.
There is. I am chastened.
Oh,
There is
okay.
absolutely zero evidence anywhere. In fact, the web seems to think that the full name is Sloan Grimstone Maxwell.
Oh, okay. All right.
So how I got Naomi out of any of this, but it is multiple times in my notes. Naomi, you may have to do a wellness check on me. What is happening?
No.
Wow. Just, okay. I'm resetting my brain around that. I have no idea what happened. Okay. Anyways, Sloan, which immediately takes me to Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I love her even more now. Anyways, I loved this bit at Shirley's gym. It was great. Just watching people destroy stuff in slow motion is always fun. But one of the things I also love is Alexa goes there and she talks to the little old lady who runs this gym. She's in her 60s. She takes with a baseball bat that Alexa has been using and hangs it up behind her desk in the little crocheted cozy.
Yeah,
It's like,
cozy.
let me put this bat in this little crocheted cozy behind my thing. It's like, it's the most they're really leaning into the whole dichotomy of little old lady and anger rampage room here. I loved it. So great joke. Anyways, so all of this is going on.
They call it the Smash Palace.
Yes.
I loved that.
Okay, so I have to share. Jessica says many things as we watch these episodes, and this is my favorite Jessica quote from this episode. as we're going to all these beautiful houses, because of course Coral, rich from her floor wax, she lives in an amazing house.
Yes.
And then Kirk and Sloan live in their amazing house.
Yeah.
That we're going to all these beautiful locations.
Yeah.
And Jessica is just like looks at the screen at one point and just says, "Man, I'd really like to be ultra rich in New Zealand."
I know, it's ridiculous.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Ultra rich anywhere is good, but New Zealand feels like it could be pretty special.
Yes, it was beautiful. That was actually one of my comments.
Yeah.
Because we have this in our set, not a set agenda, but just topics.
Yeah.
Headlines that we could touch on in
Gentle
each
listeners,
episode.
you probably know things we talk about in each episode. In fact, I'm surprised we haven't talked about hair yet.
Yeah.
We do have some costume notes to get
We
to.
have talked about hair, actually.
In this, we have, haven't we? It's just men's hair.
Well, anyway, architecture, gorgeous.
Gorgeous, ultra rich, amazing. And in the end, it was, of course, Bailey. Not of course. Why do I say of course? In the end, it was Bailey who was. So she was pretending to be Ultra. She was pretending to be Coral. Coral got wind of it. Coral was upset. And I honestly, to your point on the Christies, I forget what Bailey's actual motive for shoving her down the stairs. She knew.
She thought that Kirk was after her
Oh.
and was threatening her. And so she was like, I can get rid of this whole mess if I just kill Coral off. And because
It'll
even
make it
her,
look Kirk will
Coral's
do it.
husband didn't recognize me as, or didn't recognize that I wasn't Coral. And so she was like, oh, if I kill Coral, then Kirk will stop bothering me and I'll be able to walk away with my $20,000.
Right. And Coral also wouldn't be able to give her horrible reviews in Tanker because Coral did realize that Bailey was impersonating her.
Right. Because she came home early and would have noticed it. Yes. Yeah. I did like the clothes in this episode and the shoes included. And we also both noticed that Alexa is wearing a cool t-shirt that has a black cat with pearls. And it says Cat Lady
on the bottom
in red. And then, and it says something over the top, but I can't quite make it out.
We couldn't read it. Her jacket was always closed enough, so we couldn't read it. And we couldn't find anything online about it.
Well, no, this is the thing, is that Facebook actually has a post from My Life is Murder's social media team that says, hey, the lookbook is here. And it has this one shot of one outfit that Alexa wears in some episode. I don't know which one. And
they talk about the suit and the layers.
The layers and the shoes and the hair and the face and the like. Not that you could get her face, but the clothes. But everybody in the comments, and there are tons of comments. People are so particular about the clothes that Alexa wears. Some people are like, it's so controversial. Some people are like, the colors are really off-putting to me, very distracting. And other people are like, I love everything she wears. And then a bunch of people were like, can you please tell me where this t-shirt is?
Yes, where is this cat lady t-shirt?
This t-shirt. And I weighed in. I was like, yes, please. I would also like to know where is this t-shirt? Because I went looking for it. I couldn't find it.
Yeah. It's a great t-shirt.
Yeah. But I'd take the shoes, any of the shoes, and of course the homes.
Yeah. The social media team knows what's what, making the lookbook for this thing.
Yeah.
They're aware.
Although I have to say that was a brown outfit. And it was a very Helen Tudor Fisk brown outfit. It was pretty cool, but
it was also
Facebook post.
It was also a very traditional male trench coat private eye from the 50s. It was a play on that. That's where that overcoat trench coat kind of thing Sam Spade kind of wears.
Yes, and she is wearing that in that final scene.
Yes,
coupled with this cool pinstripe shirt. And there's some splash of red in there.
Yeah, there's definitely a splash of
red.
Yeah.
Old PI.
Yeah, they're definitely hitting their references on that. But we have to talk about the final sequence. Oh my gosh.
Oh, yes.
Look, okay, so when they realize it's Bailey also knows what's what. And they made a very, very smart choice here. So they've had Bailey living with them, staying with them, because Kirk and Sloane, not Naomi, even though I want to keep calling her Naomi, whoever you were, I appreciate you. Anyways, so Bailey's been staying with them, so Bailey has access to their house, which I'm like, why are you doing this? Halfway through the episodes, it's clear that Bailey is a suspect. And still, they're sending off Mads and Bailey to do certain things. And I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you letting this person stay with you, let alone whatever? In any event, so
even the police are a little shocked.
Yeah.
Everybody's shocked. Even the con man brother when he shows up.
Yes.
It's like, what are you doing?
What are you doing? We should just start referring to him as Tim. But so what she does is Bailey realizes that they've figured out it's her, and she leaves first, and she goes back to their apartment and kidnaps. Oh my gosh, totally blanking on the cat's name. She kidnaps the cat.
Yeah, Chowder.
Chowder, thank you. Oh my God, I knew it started with a C, but I
knew it too, and then you said that, and it went straight out of my head.
Anyway, so
Chowder.
she kidnaps Chowder. Okay, so
Chowder, who is a big, fluffy, orange and white cat.
Yes, but this was so smart. So smart. So
tell me why you think this is smart.
Because they could have kept this at Alexa's apartment. They could have gone back to Alexa's apartment, and Bailey could have been there and been like, if you do anything, I'm going to harm this cat. But if she does that, then you have to deal with her just holding the cat.
Yes.
Or somehow cooperating with the cat.
Yes.
But what she did instead was she put the cat into a cat carrier. So they could have this whole confrontation scene and not have to worry about how the cat's going to behave. It doesn't matter. The cat's in a cat carrier.
Yeah.
However it behaves, they'll still be able to get the shot.
Yes.
Which was genius. And then they put the cat in the carrier, and they put the cat next to a pool. Her thing is, I'm going to throw the cat into the pool, and while you're fishing your cat out because you love Chowder, I'm going to get away. And of course that fails because the cops show up.
Yeah.
But it's just, and there's a great confrontation, and Alexa overpowers Bailey and takes the cat. But it was so smart to put the cat into that carrier because the danger is still there. The danger is real. The stakes are still super high, but you don't have to worry about shooting a scene with a cat.
Yes, a loose cat.
A loose cat.
But with that scene when she is holding the cat carrier over the pool.
Right.
And I was like, oh, that's a fake cat in there. And then the Chowder moved. Yeah. And I was like, ah!
Yes.
Ah! And I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed. Keisha's got some arms because to be able to hold a cat, a gigantic
some guns.
Cat.
Yeah. In that carrier, up and at an angle over here for multiple takes.
Over.
Yeah.
Yes, multiple takes. Very impressive. And the fight by the pool, by the side of the pool for the cat in the carrier was also really impressive because it had a feel of as if Bailey thought that she was going to get fought, as if Alexa was going to fight her.
Oh, right.
And so Alexa, by just going for the cat carrier and grabbing it from Bailey, was actually... it was a meanshipful fight to me. They probably had a fight director. It was very well thought out.
Agreed.
Because when the shot shows Bailey falling into the pool, you just really have this feeling Alexa wasn't going to fight her. She was just fighting to get
that is exactly it. She made a choice. She didn't use it as a weapon, but she used it against Bailey. She's like, I'm not going to fight you, but it was kind of like cat aikido. Like she really did realize, I'm going to use the cat like this to push you and get you off balance, and this is how I'll hold on to us, and you will be defeated. Yes, no, agreed. Yes. It was a very smart fight. I like that whole sequence. Lots of good choices happening.
Yes, yeah, really great. Really, really fun and great acting. Yes. I think all around by everybody, and Madison got to do it, and dogs.
And dogs. So do we want to be official with our Christies?
Okay, yes.
So how many Christies would you give this?
I'm leaning towards a 7.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was, even though it was only, what was it, like a 45, 50-minute episode, it was twisty.
Agreed.
There were a lot of people that I was like, oh, yeah, they could have done it. They probably did it. They probably did it.
Yeah.
Even when they were kind of eliminated or had flimsy alibis.
There were four solid suspects in this. Doug, Bailey, Kirk, and Sloan. And they all stayed in play for a really long time.
And the shelter worker.
The shelter. Oh, my Lord. A dog's in trouble, you say? I will immediately give you the information you need. So perfect. So perfect. So yeah, no, I'm with you. I'd solid 7 on the Christies. 100%.
Oh, you would too?
Yeah, absolutely. This was a great episode. Because even after they introduced Bailey as a suspect, and like I turned to you and I was like, you realize Bailey's a suspect now, right? And even after that, they still kept everybody else in play.
Yeah.
It was still, absolutely. Strong 7.
Yes. They still kept everybody in play.
Yeah.
That for sure. Yeah. Good writing.
Yes. Well done.
Yeah. Really tight.
All right. Well, I think that's everything. So I think we're going to sign off here and maybe go back and let Jessica pretend she's ultra rich in New Zealand again.
I would love that. Oh.
But before we go, Detective Collective, thanks for listening.
Be sure to follow, subscribe to the podcast, give us a review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts if you're there.
Or just tell someone about us, someone who watches these shows.
And get in on the break room, water cooler, TV mystery fan discussions in the comments at Patreon. Plus, get even more exclusive content when you become an official detective at $5 or $10 a month levels.
You'll get raw footage, exclusive episodes, and extra votes in our season planning poll so that you can make sure we do the shows you love. Go to patreon.com/ClueDunnitPodcast.
And stay in touch. You can email us at cluedunnitpodcast@gmail.com, or you can slide into our DMs at Instagram and Facebook.
We'll see you next time.
Haste you back. This closing script is officially approved by the Totally Fake Podcasting Adjudication Board. And then when you see slippers, they're very fancy loafers, really, is what they are. I mean, I guess they could be slippers, but I think they're fancy loafers.
There's slippers if you're the ultra rich.
Yeah. I think they're Ferragamos, actually. But